desperately trying to leave Ukraine.
Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. This is some crazy breaking news footage, man. I'm telling you, man, people, you gotta spread the message if somebody's trying to be racist or anything like that. But this is crazy down the rabbit hole type shit. As I said before, I believe racism will always exist, even against other alien races that actually live in this planet, because humans are very racist against other species. But, of course, I do believe in karma. And it is sad to say that humans are the most racist species of all time, okay? So, whenever you hear me talking about other races that are not human, you can't even begin the karma that may be coming to humans rather than just black folks, okay, in particular. But let's get on with the topic for today. I digress here. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast fest, you put it down below. I've talked about this before, okay, about the creation of whites and even blacks, okay? But that's another video. I talked about that. You guys got to look for it, right? You know where to find me. And these videos are not for the faint of heart. As I said before, 80% of you should not be watching my videos. If you get offended by anything I say, no matter how condescending my voice is, please remove yourself, because I know magic, and you can hurt yourself really bad by trying to fuck with me with your negative energy, okay? But I feed off of negative energy, so it really doesn't matter. All right? So let's begin with the videotape, okay?
Escape to safety are allegedly being denied and blocked at the border. And now the hashtag. So people of color who are desperately trying to leave Ukraine and escape to safety are allegedly being denied and blocked at the border. And now the hashtag Africans in Ukraine is going viral.
Black people in this world? What's going on here? First is China.
These are the black community. They are not allowing any black people
now it's Russia.
Enter inside.
Now it's Ukraine.
We are all
They
here.
needed
It's
to
only
be here.
Ukrainians that they are allowing in.
See, whenever there's a bunch of people hating black folks, that country is
Nobody's
going
talking to
down.
us.
Black girl go, they're pushing her, they're not letting her go, they're not letting her go. Is it right? Is it right? They're not letting the black girl go. 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 They're not letting the black girl.
Let me tell you something about black people. Black people have a hidden power. And this hidden power can only be activated when the demiurge gods come. Now, a lot of white folks and a lot of light-colored yellow people are most likely afraid of these demiurge gods. Let me tell you a little secret here. If you look on the Hindu walls, you'll see blue gods, pink gods, but they actually painted over the color. And when I found this out, I was like, they shouldn't have did that. Shouldn't have did that. They were black. All of the demiurge gods, it's over 3,000 gods, because I keep telling people about Jesus and their Muhammad or whatever Allah, okay, which is irrelevant compared to the old gods of old, the demiurge gods who actually had power, who didn't even die on the cross or anything like that. But they painted over the color of the skin of these demiurge gods. And these gods stood like 10 foot. They were giants, okay? They had supernatural abilities far beyond humans can ever comprehend. And there was a great war between the demiurge gods and also the humans. But the humans lost terribly. But that's another subject for another day, okay? Because I don't want to talk about Krishna or Shiva right now here in these videos. But just remember, when black people are suppressed, there is going to be a karmic energy. Okay, you have power if you have a pure heart. I'm not talking about those low-life Negroes who killing each other in the hood in America or anywhere by single mothers and shit. I'm talking about good blacks who already know the reason why they're here. Because you're a god, okay? Everybody's actually a god, but some people don't want to recognize themselves as a god, so they're not a god. But let's begin with the video. Let's finish this video. It's not that long, okay?
Multiple videos from eyewitnesses are emerging online right now, showing black folks being refused safe passage to neighboring countries to escape the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. Sources close to the ground are allegedly reporting that Africans, Latinos, Indians, and Arabs are among the few who are being withheld at the gates, and even some cases being sent to the back of the line by officers in favor of white Ukrainian citizens being offered safe haven above the rest. One person on Twitter said, "How can you say hashtag I stand with Ukraine, but in a humanitarian crisis deny black people in Ukraine?" Someone else said, "Indeed, it is confirmed that Africans are having issues heading to Poland." Another person said, hearing from another student in Lviv that Africans are not being allowed to board trains on the border and are being left on the platform. Too many testimonies now to discount. And right now, even more footage is coming out showing people of color stranded and gathering in the cold for days.
At this moment now, we are on the edge, like I said, of Ukraine, and we have to get ourselves to Poland, which is the other way across Ukraine of the border. And we're not given any form of transportation. All the forms of transportation are available right now are prioritizing Ukrainian citizens, which means that leaves us at a position where we can't even get transportation for ourselves. I'm not saying that the embassy did not do enough. Of course, they're telling us things like when we get to Poland, we will have visa-free entry. But how am I supposed to even get to Poland? What does the visa entry mean to me if I cannot leave the city which I'm in right now? And that is our frustration. It is extremely cold. I can't even begin to imagine. It's -2 degrees. We have to put on all the blankets, all the jackets that we have on, and you know that we are also trying to escape. So there's only so much we can carry with us.
And we really need to talk about what's going on right now, because not a lot of major media outlets are covering this. And like one person said on Twitter, quote, "On the world stage, everybody sings Kumbaya. But this is what it means to be black globally. Hashtag Africans in Ukraine." But thankfully, it's now being reported that many displaced people of color have finally made it into Poland. And many Africans are now receiving the proper asylum from the Russian invasion.
And you know what? I heard about the Chinese and the Japanese, what they did to blacks over there when that pandemic occurred. You heard about that? You ain't going to hear about that on the news. I told you, they're very jealous of blacks because of their power. It's a hidden power you have. If you have a pure heart, that's what it is. I mean, you just like everybody else if you don't have a pure heart. Because me, I have magical abilities because of my pure heart. Ever since I was a child, since I was 7. So I don't hang around people because they want to laugh at me, like Karen and shit. And then they burn, and then I'm like, I told you, okay? I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. But anyway, there are racists. When you're in those third world countries, those other countries, not like Western America, the rate of racism is much higher because they haven't evolved past the point of slavery. They don't care about the history because there's too many of them crackers over there, okay? Too many of them in those countries, those whiter countries. They haven't evolved past the slavery point. They don't... See, we had Martin Luther King in America, and they may have someone else, but it's not going to be as prominent because I have never heard. I heard of Nelson Mandela in Africa, okay, apartheid, okay, but I haven't heard too many other civil rights leaders and shit. I heard of Mahatma Gandhi, which is one of my role models, even though he was most likely racist in himself, okay? But, other than that, please, guys, okay, there's always going to be some sort of racism. Be careful where you go in these countries. I do not recommend going to European countries to look for any women out in those countries. As a matter of fact, I get so many women hit me up from Russia and even China, okay, but I don't respond to them because I know that the guys out there may be jealous of me, and I'm not running into any altercations because all they can do is use guns or use weapons. Most of them motherfuckers can't fight out there. All right? But other than that, that's all I really got to say about that. Let's finish what this video say, you know?
This hashtag went viral and thousands of people raised awareness on social media. And at the end of the day, black people have always been helpful to others in need. And we've always been on the front line to support other people's cultural, humanitarian struggles. But when we need help, all we ever want is for other people to show us the same supportive effort that we show other nations in need. And basically, if we stand up for your cause, we just want the world to keep that same energy and stand up for us. Period.
Wow. Since he finished that off real nice. Please, guys, okay, protect yourself from going to European countries because they do not have your best interest. And I remember there was this guy who got jumped by a whole bunch of weakling fucking white crackers over there. I forgot his name and shit. And it was all because of some guy who was just jealous because this white girl was like, I love black men. She said she loved black men. And all of a sudden, she wanted to take a picture with him. And one of them crackers said, why don't you take a picture with us? Okay, and yada. And then it popped off and shit. And he was like, he smacked the black dude first. He assaulted him first. You heard about that story? And next thing you know, he hit back. He hit back. Okay. And then they started jumping him and they killed him, man. But that's why I said they're very jealous over there. And they have smaller penises. Like I already told you this already. They don't want you taking their women, okay? I don't want to be around a bunch of people like that. When I go to Ethiopia, or if I go to any African country, I don't got to worry about that shit, okay? Because they got huge cocks. It's a cock thing, yeah. It's very important to understand. It's a sexual energy thing, because it's a very provocative color. I noticed there was this one guy on the YouTube somewhere. He got a. Can somebody please tell me what his YouTube channel is? I hope his channel wasn't removed. He's talking about a lot of facts about how black power is it's a very jealous type of power when it comes down to whites looking, even Chinese people, smaller people, okay? They think better, okay? But they're not packing downstairs. They're packing up here, but they're not packing downstairs. Every race have their attribute, dog. But this black dude, of course he's obviously black because he's talking about nothing but facts, and he got like a knight's mask on and shit. He covers his face, right? And he talks about why lighter color people, races, just love black people and also despise them. And that's now, and how we are not extinct like the dodo, okay? But, of course, to each his own. That's all I really wanted to say, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this message. I will put the link down so you can watch the video on Facebook. But other than that, if you disagree with something I said, okay, and if you study eugenetics, you understand where I'm coming from. I study eugenetics. Okay, you know, I don't really get into too much of the technicalities. I don't get too deep in it. I just know the basic fundamentals by using common sense. But I don't know everything. I never say I do, but it may sound like it. I like to research and I like to read, unlike a lot of people. But when I start guiding people to drink, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. They won't go down that rabbit hole. But other than that, that's all I really got to say about this racism and shit. It still exists, and it will always exist. Okay, because humans who think that they're the only species on this planet that's intelligent are very foolish creatures. They're very foolish. And as I said, humans are a childlike race. Okay, it goes deeper than just black people being abused. It's because of karma. All right. Other than that, that's all I really gotta say to you guys. I hope they get safe. He said they got safe passage. They made it, but still, that shit still happened. It's like in Japan and China. Other than that, that's all I really gotta say, guys. And I hope you guys be safe, okay? Peace.